We have Alonzo Menifield versus Dustin Jacoby at the light heavyweight division. Alonzo Atomic Menifield, he is 14-3-1. He is 4-1-1, 3-1-1, sorry, in his last five fights. He's coming off that victory over Jimmy Crute. He'll be fighting Dustin Jacoby, 19-7-1. He's coming off that KO victory over Kenny Nchukwu. He is 35 years old. Alonzo's 36, and he will enjoy a 3-inch height advantage. They both have the same reach as well. Looking at the odds for this fight, Alonzo Menifield and Dustin Jacoby. Jacoby is actually a minus 270 right now. So the odds are definitely widening right now. Dustin Jacoby opened up at a minus 155. So people are kind of buying in on the Jacoby hype after his knockout win right there. I think this is going to be an interesting fight. Pretty difficult to cap at times. Alonzo, he's a powerful and athletic 205er. I think he has decent striking technique, but relies more so on the natural power and speed to go KO his opponents with punches pretty much. He's a bit wild with his strikes. I do think that he leaves himself exposed at times. I think that Alonzo has wrestling in his back pocket to go along with his powerful striking. He has okay takedowns, but more so for opponents that are like super weak in takedown defense. He has good top control, has nasty ground and pound. I think that he has two subs in the UFC and is a opportunistic sub threat after hurting and controlling his opponents, like you saw in his last win against Jimmy Crute. He also has a 75% takedown defense and likes to work his way back up. I don't think he's going to have to worry too much about takedowns in this fight just because Dustin Jacoby is more of a kickboxer. Now, the one thing that I think he does have to worry about is Alonzo does not have the best cardio. I do think that he fades later on in fights, shows less power as the fight goes on. Just go watch his first fight between Jimmy Crute, right? He was doing pretty well, but he kept on getting grounded. And also, he was kind of fading a bit with his cardio there in terms of his striking power. I will say that Dustin Jacoby is a technical kickboxer, super clean technique with the hands and the kicks, pushes a good pace and volume for a light heavyweight. He's able to use his leg kicks well and is able to counter smoothly. He also has a solid takedown defense, likes to make opponents pay for their entries. Jacoby was knocked down in his fight against Azamat, was wearing a lot of damage, I believe, on his face against Khalil Roundtree, where he lost a split dub. I think that he may have an issue with power strikers as he has exited his prime. He's the kind of fighter that likes to move around a lot, do a lot of flashy stuff, sometimes with his hands, kind of showboat a little bit. And the more and more you do that as advanced age, I feel like you can just get caught by a powerful strike here and there. Right now, just because of how this stylistic matchup will probably play out, I will say that I think Dustin Jacoby will probably win by decision, but I am not too confident in that. That's probably a low confidence pick for me. I'm also probably leaning towards staying away from this fight entirely and just watching it because I don't think I trust either of these fighters too much to lay any units down on them. So pick here is Dustin Jacoby by decision, but I'm probably staying away from this. Alex, what do you think about this fight between Menifield and Dustin Jacoby here?
I think Dustin is a rightful favorite here. Um, I think Menifield's win condition is, like a right hook to the dome for knockout. Um, Otherwise, I just see Dustin kind of, outpointing Menifield from distance, just chipping him away, wearing him down. Um, and also, like you mentioned, Dustin has, been in the cage with some hard hitters like Roundtree. So I mean, he does have some experience. He does have experience against hard hitters. Um, I like Dustin here. I think he's the rightful favorite. In terms of putting him in parlays, I'm not sure yet. I do think he's gonna win. Again, like if your win condition is a right hook, like a knockout or something, I don't know. I feel like edges with Dustin. So, but not 100% sure, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I have a kind of same feeling about this fight that you have generally. I think that just not sure if I trust either of these guys too much to kind of kind of will themselves to victory, if you will. So yeah, we'll see what happens in that fight.